Greetings. Um, Before we get started, I'm just gonna say I don't know if my nails are teal or blue. I try to go for a blue look, but they just started to look teal to me. I asked my friend, she said that it looks teal. So, and my goal is for it to be like this blue that I did last time, like a grayish blue, but it just turned out teal. And no, that was not my idea. Oh my god. I look like a TikTok stereotype, especially my username. Great. But today I'll be talking about how I made too much mistakes and I don't really know how to fix the mistakes even though I make them too much. Um so usually when I make a mistake, I start to like overthink it way too much and then I start to cry. And you know, usually I can't fix that mistake that I did, and then I'll just go the whole day thinking about it, probably crying the whole day. But like I one time I made this really huge mistake. It was it wasn't over a boy. I was just overly upset that my friend, a close friend that I talked everything about, like everything to her. So she apparently had a crush on my ex-boyfriend that talked a bunch of shit about me. And he dated me over a bet. And apparently, I guess she thought that I would be supportive, that she would start dating my ex-boyfriend that never really loved me and made fun of me and dated me over a bet. But then when I got mad at her, like like I was crying and I was yelling at her. And people like obviously spread it around because it was on the bus. And so basically I just started yelling at her and crying at her on the bus, and she was saying sorry a bunch of times. And I like, oh my god, I sat in a seat like, okay. So okay, this is the seat, right? This is the seat. I am like a seat up next to her. And I was just crying. I was just crying, texting to my other friend. And now she hates me. I'm sure of it. And I still respect her because I never really I wasn't mad because she was dating my ex-boyfriend. I was just overly sad that people would probably, because if I was still friends with her, it would just look really sad, and I didn't want that. And it wasn't over the ex-boyfriend. It was just over that I didn't want to look like a loser next to them. And I still do. You know, it was just a loser lose. There was no looking cool in that situation. And you know, it was really fun. It wasn't. I don't know why I said that. And now there's like people saying that I was jealous that they started dating. it wasn't over their dating. I just didn't want to look bad. And that's bad for me. I shouldn't did that. That was a mistake that I did. And now it was really selfish of me. And I would still apologize to her if I could because at this even in the start of the school year, I think she was starting to dislike me because of how I dressed. And I don't think she was the greatest person of interests because she supported Trump. She supported Charlie Kirk. She's racist. She said the N word. Uh, and what was the other one? Oh, she's homophobic. Because whenever I would talk about a ship, a ship that is canon, and it's a gay ship, she would be like, "Hmm." And I found that kind of funny, and I was telling her why she would do it, and she would say, "Oh no, no, it's not because of that." And she would queer bait a lot to get male attention. Obviously, I'm not trying to expose her, even though I just practically did. But I still respect her as a person. I still respect anybody that hates me because I mean, hate is a very strong word, and there's no way I'm going to use it on a person who started dating a boy that isn't important in my life. And that was a very big mistake that I did. And I mourn our relationship a lot. Not my ex-boyfriend. I don't mourn that, but I mourn our friendship that we had because we had a very, very, very close bond because, she would have problems and so would I. And we would relate very often. And I think, now being an enemy to her is a very big mistake that I did. And not because now she's popular, not because she was like now not because she's popular, but because of our bond. And obviously, if I did apologize and if I did everything that I could in my power to try to be her friend, she would still not like me because look at me. Look at me. I'm a loser. I'm a loser. I have a piano skirt and I have a dog stuffed toy. I'm a loser. I'm not anyone important. And I feel really sad that I have to say that, but I honestly don't feel like I'm important, you know? And I only have two friends. I I only I don't know how to comfort anybody. I don't know how to help anybody. I am slacking on cleaning chores. I am like slacking, you know, and I feel like I'm not really important in that sense. And that's another mistake. I'm slacking. Not in school, but just in like being important. And another big mistake that I do often a lot is be annoying. I remember in 4th grade, two of my friends came up to me saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, but you're kind of annoying." And then I just started crying because I didn't know how to control my emotions during the 4th grade. And they were just really like, I'm pretty sure we were just friends because she was just it was just out of pity. Everyone's pity for me. I don't want any pity. I just want someone to actually care about me. I don't want someone's pity and being friends for me because they feel bad for me. I just want someone to care for me. And you might say, "Oh, well, if they're pity for you, that means they care about you." Not in my world. If you're pity, that means you just feel bad for me because, you know, I suck. I'm not important. And I you know, I'm not really good looking either. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people. I had one comment because I'm not really sure a lot of people watch my videos, but I had one comment saying something how I should keep doing the videos and how I was pretty. Well, thank you. I'm still grateful. I'm grateful for the comments, you know. And oh my God. I cuz you know, my friend tells me that I'm pretty a lot, you know? And I'm very grateful. I'm grateful that she's my friend because she says that I'm her comfort person, which that means a lot to me cuz I don't know how to comfort anybody. So I just like start to say stuff that I would do and not like really comfort anybody because I don't even know how to comfort myself. So I just really um try my best to like give like what I would do and like the things that I wouldn't do. I don't really know what to say in this moment. But yeah, I'm getting sidetracked. Uh but like another big back to the annoying part that I do as a mistake a lot is cuz I talk too much. I talk way too much. And you know, I I that's a really big habit that I have to stop. Bad habit because no one likes talking to person for way too long. Well, at least I do. And I talk to all my friends too much, you know, and I have to stop. I utterly have to stop because it's getting too much because on the phone I would just start talking and talking and talking, not really doing all the things I have to do. And I don't really like call people a lot. If you It's like very rare for me. Actually, no, not for my friends. If you're my friend, I will ask you 24/7 to call if I'm not busy. Which I'm mostly not busy. I'm really I'm either drawing, cleaning, which I slack, um, reading, doing my nails, because, I like to do my nails, um, or just going on my phone and doom scrolling. Or sleeping. I sleep a lot. And another big mistake in my life is I sleep too much. I miss half the day because I sleep too much. And whenever I'm sad, I usually sleep too much and I like to think that sleeping is a way to get away. because it really is, you know? I I just sleep, you know? It's not really in the way like to dream, but just to oh my God, another mistake that I do is I get attached way too easily. And I think that it can be anybody that I get attached to. You know, doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter you what your interests are. I just try to find a way to talk to people, especially if you have my interests. If you like Sally Face, Doki Doki Literature Club, um, what else? Oh, The Sandlot. You can see Benny Rodriguez as my flag. If you have my TikTok, you should go follow. Go follow Penguin Unicorns 3000 because they are really great. Um, but if you go on my TikTok, you can see that I have a huge flag of Benny Rodriguez because I do have a crush on Benny Rodriguez. But he's like 50 now. No, he's like 40. No, 30, 40. I'm getting sidetracked. A mistake. I get too attached because it like especially if you know how to talk. But not not in a sense, but if you like um I don't know. I really don't know what to say, but I get attached way too easily because my interests, if you have the same interests as me and you talk about it 24/7, I will get attached and I will not stop talking about it and make references. I make too many references. But I don't really know what to say because I make too much mistakes and I start to overthink it. And once I start overthinking, I just immediately start crying. And that's another bad habit that I have to stop. If I keep on crying, no one's going to come up for me, no one's going to comfort me, and I'm just going to be crying by myself and just sitting here crying. And, you know, I wish I had someone to comfort me, but I really, at the same time, I don't. Because I don't want someone to be pitful for me. Pitiful. Wait, is that even a word? Pit? I don't know. Pity. I don't want someone's pity. I really don't. I don't want you to be my friend over pity. I don't want you to be my boyfriend in pity. I don't want to be your acquaintance for pity. I don't want to be someone you want to be close with for from pity because I don't like it. If you don't want to be my friend, just say you don't want to be my friend. It's as simple as that. And as much as you think I would care, I really don't. Cuz I don't really care much for people. You know, I, you know, when I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, I did not cry a single tear. I was actually kind of happy. Not meaning not any like not in a mean way, okay? I still wish good for everybody. But I was happy because I just know that I'm not a good girlfriend. You know, I know I'll never be a good girlfriend and I do not want to be in a relationship because I know what will happen if my apologies. I just it went to the loading screen. I'm sorry. But I know that I shouldn't be in a relationship because I know that I wouldn't treat them the same way they would treat me, you know? And no, I'm not abusive, okay? A lot of people think I am because last relationship, I teased way too much. And apparently everybody thought that I was abusing him because I don't know, somebody said that they seen a photo of his back bruised up. I do not remember punching him. I only remember punching him on the back like twice in the same day. And I don't really remember doing anything more than that other than pinching and flicking. I don't, and if you really tell me, I don't think anybody, like, I've never seen the photo myself. I've never seen it myself. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people haven't either. But no, I'm not cruel. And plus, I was dealing through a bunch of stuff while dating him, and he would ignore me. And I was like crying with his with the plush he gave me. And his friends would make fun of me, and that grew even more depressing thoughts to me. And that was another reason why I wasn't like I was happy that I didn't I didn't date him anymore. I was happy because I knew that I was getting too much bad thoughts. I was thinking too much about him more than myself. And that was a big mistake that I did. It was a big mistake ever. I wouldn't say, yeah, it was a big mistake dating him because I knew he never actually loved me because it was a bet. And at one point I actually thought he would love me, and I thought that there was nothing that can break us apart, and I was completely wrong. I was completely wrong. And now I sit here thinking, what if I did know he didn't actually like me? Because when you know, when he liked me, when I was crying at school, his friends would make him go comfort me and not out of his own thought. And I remember people taking photos of us while he was comforting me, and I was just crying there. And I did not like it. I hated it so much. I hate how I wasted because I didn't really know what to do because at the same time he was my first boyfriend, and was I wouldn't say his first girlfriend. I wouldn't say that. And I hate the big mistake that I did was waste my first kiss with him. You know? And at the same time, I'm not really sad that I'm not dating him at the anymore, you know? And I wish we were still friends. I wish we ever were friends because I think he was funny. I think he was funny, but not in like in an interest of mine. Like I think he was funny as a friend, you know? And I was so stupid. I was so stupid because if you seen what it looked like then, you would immediately think, why is he dating me? Because I was like the ugliest girl at school. Nobody liked me. No one wanted to be my friend either. And I was just stupid enough to think that my crush would like me back. And at that moment, I actually thought he did like me back because his friends were saying so. And not to make this all about him, this whole video about him, I'm just saying the big mistake of my life was dating him. At this moment, my biggest mistake in my life is dating him because I thought that he loved me, and I'm a big buffoon for thinking that. And I still respect him to this day. If he wanted to be friends with me, I would still be friends with him. Not saying he would be friends with me, but if he actually wanted to be friends with me, I would still be his friend. Because I simply cannot, that's just how I respect people. To everybody, to everybody that was bullying me, I still respect them. Even they made jokes about me. Okay, maybe I can't say that on YouTube, but even if they made jokes about me, even if they made jokes about me, how do I say this? Made jokes about me, uh, ending the cycle, I would still respect them. And yeah, they did make jokes about me ending the cycle because I was emo at the time, and everybody just made me a whole stereotype and just, you know, did not care about me. I was crying in the bathroom. I was crying in the bathroom, and a bunch of girls came in the bathroom for me, saying, questioning me, and knowing that they don't care about me. They're only getting this out of me so they can just make a bunch of drama about me. They never really cared about me. And whatever lie they said to me, it was a lie. Just to think that they were comforting me and me thinking I was actually cared. I was actually someone that people cared about. And that was the hugest mistake, other than my ex-boyfriend. Because I'm I'm a loser. I'm I'm ugly. I do not I do not clean. I mean, I I do not clean the house when I'm asked to. I am I sleep too much, missing the half of the day, and I'm a loser. I don't know how to socialize. Plus, even if I'm not even funny. I don't know how to talk. I don't even know why I have this channel, even though I don't even know how to talk. I don't even know what to talk about. And now I'm just sitting here thinking, what is even good about me? What is good about me? Seriously, what is great about me? Nothing. Because I can't barely even talk. I'm not funny. I'm not I'm not pretty, and I'm gonna have to stay in the video because I don't. See, I cry over everything. I cry over everything. I can't even get a thought out of my head without crying. And I look ugly while I cry. I don't think I look good. And now I just look stupid. I have one side of my hair straightened and just the other side wavy. I have teal nails even though I'm wearing all black. My bangs are oily. I look crazy. My face is puffy. I my eyebrows look weird. My nose is too big. I'm I'm fat. Biggest like another mistake of my life is that I went through an eating disorder, got very skinny. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a shit. I got sick. I got sick from having an eating disorder. I'm recovered now. I still have to take pills and stuff, but nobody ever cared. I and that's another thing that I hate because if anybody actually knew that I did have an eating disorder and I did get very sick, they're going to be my friend over pity. They don't actually care about me. They only try to care about me so I don't, like, nothing happens to them. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about for today. I'm sorry for not posting a lot lately. I've been going through some sad times and it's like peaking and it's just like very shaky for me. But super sorry for not posting lately. Um I'm going to be trying to post often. I am going my best. I'm trying my best to post almost every other day. Maybe not every other day. Maybe every week. That's the best you're going to get out of me, hopefully. But bye. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye. You matter. And if you think you're a mistake, you shouldn't think that. You care to somebody and it might not even think like nobody cares about you, but if nobody cares about you, I care about you. And if nobody cares about you, I care about you. Bye. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.